Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Paradoxic, and I was initially sat down to record some Bly Manor, to record some Haunting of Bly Manor, but then I got a ping kind of thing from Twitter that said the new Morbius trailer has been released, and thought that's going to be a quick thing. That's just like a little trailer. I can easily kind of squeeze that in just before Bly Manor. I might as well probably do Bly Manor at some point later on anyway, in like a couple of hours or something. But yeah, the Morbius trailer, the new Morbius trailer is out. I think there was actually a like some kind of like like a teaser for this trailer released like yesterday or the day before. That was actually like more like a featurette for the movie, but also actually announcing like, oh, don't worry, a new trailer is actually coming in a couple of days' time. So yeah, they do that now. They literally do teasers for trailers. So that's how far we've that's how far we've come in terms of promotion and everything. But yeah, it's been a while with this movie being in the works and being on the shelf and being close to release and everything, and it's been even longer since I think it's been a good while since we've had this, since we got the last official teaser trailer and everything. So it's been a good while. We've had plenty of time to mull it over and to figure out what it is and what it's going to be and how it's going to fit into everything, and we've had some cool kind of interconnectivity theories here and there and some cool glimpses at different things. But yeah, Michael Morbius, I believe his name is. He is a vampire. He's a vampire in the Marvel universe, and I think this is similar to Venom in its kind of somewhat kind of like connectivity to the MCU and everything. But he is a vampire, played by Jared Leto as well. Jared Leto is playing Michael Morbius, and he. From what the trailer showed us, he has like a rare blood disease kind of thing, so he needs to actually find a cure for it, and then, like the cure he finds is actually being, like having like a very kind of, unorthodox kind of blood transfusion with other like vampire bats and everything, and then he transforms into, what he transforms into, and he gains all sorts of powers, and it looks very interesting. It looks like a really interesting take on vampires within the MCU, and we have Blade coming up too. So I mean, assuming that connectivity between universes goes well, I like hope / think that we could really get Blade versus Morbius, or like if they are enemies in some way. Then I'm kind of wondering like if we could get that interaction, if we could get that interaction between characters at some point in the future. But I guess only time will tell. But I think right now it's just about actually setting him up and actually introducing him and seeing what he's all about and everything. But we've had some cool glimpses in the last trailer, including like a Spider-Man kind of wall graffiti labeling him as a murderer, which was a reference to the ending of Far From Home, where he was actually framed for Mysterio's murder. So that plays into this. And we saw at the very end of the trailer, we saw Michael Keaton, his Vulture, not as the Vulture, but as Adrian Toomes instead. So he actually showed up in his actual prison garb and everything. So that kind of crossover really kind of blew people's minds. So the question really is, how far are they going to go in this trailer alone, let alone in the actual movie, to really bind these universes together? And I did watch Venom. I did actually finally, I think 2 weekends ago, I did actually finally get around to watching Venom Let There Be Carnage. I considered doing a movie review, but then I think, I don't know, it just kind of, the first viewing alone kind of felt kind of pretty kind of rough, or like, not necessarily rough, but just kind of like, like, I definitely need a second viewing of this, but then I just never got around to it, so then the movie review never came. But I did watch Venom. I still enjoyed it. I still thoroughly enjoyed it, but I think I did still kind of need a second viewing to really wrap my head around it. And then the post-credit scene for that too, spoiler alert, Venom, I think, he is now in the MCU, presumably, because then he was in a hotel room, and then there was a flash of light, and then he saw Tom Holland's Spider-Man on the news, on the Daily Bugle news, on the TV and everything, so that kind of crossover is presumably coming in No Way Home, perhaps in No Way Home. But yeah, with Morbius, I think they kind of did those teasers in like the trailer itself, actually showing us like Vulture, who we recognize as Vulture, and showing us the Spider-Man thing and stuff like that. So God only knows what we can see in this official trailer. Like this is the official trailer now, so God only knows like what kind of stuff we can see in this. So we also have Matt Smith too. I think I've heard that Matt Smith is meant to be like another kind of creature, like a vampiric creature similar to Morbius, or at least like similar powers and stuff. But he's also meant to be like more of like an antagonist in this and anything else. So there's that. I think Tyrese is also in this. Tyrese from the Fast and Furious movies, and he has like a bionic arm too. So I'm curious to know what the story with his character is. So interesting things, interesting tidbits that the first trailer already showed us. So going forward, hopefully we can get some more good stuff before the actual movie. So yeah, the official trailer for this is Sony and Marvel's Morbius. So let's go. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, he looks very vampiric. Yeah.
You need a doctor?
I am a doctor.
I should have died years ago.
Hmm.
People all over the world have my disease.
Amir.
She's from Good Omens. She's from Good Omens. That's anathema.
Take the risks. If you're gonna run, do it now.
Oh yeah, the bats are coming. The bats are coming. They're hungry. They're hungry, or thirsty rather. Thirsty for some blood.
Dr. Michael Morbius, you've been missing for 2 months.
When you're a stranger.
Then you were found on a container ship that washed up off of Long Island.
He's been missing for 2 months. They said 2 months, or too much. I think it said 2 months probably. Yeah. Oh.
What did you do to yourself, Doc?
Tyrese. Yeah.
I wish I knew. I went from dying to being more alive than ever.
It worked.
Not exactly. I have increased strength and speed, and some form of bat radar.
Oh geez,
What
sonar.
else can I do?
Yeah. Oh damn. He can fly? Oh, he can fly like a bat. Can he? Or does he like glide or something?
There has to be.
There's something inside of me.
Oh yeah, he's changing.
He wants to hunt and consume blood.
Hmm.
Michael. When you're a stranger.
Oh, January. Okay.
Can you control it?
January.
I don't know.
Half the city wants to kill you.
Vampire murderer. Daily Viewer. Yeah.
We haven't had anything this good since that thing in San Francisco.
The other half wants to control you.
Hey,
Spidey.
you and I should stay in touch.
Yeah. Mhm.
I'd do anything to save a life.
Oh damn.
What I'm capable of.
Oh, he can teleport too. Or like, is he just like really fast
lives, you don't take them.
transporting?
Are you here to heal the world?
Oh.
Destroy it.
Oh god, the vampire visuals actually look really good. Those look really good. Oh jeez. Oh.
Who the hell are you, Matt?
I am Venom.
Aha!
I'm just kidding. It's Dr. Michael Morbius at your service.
Venom! Oh, the Venom reference. That had to be an actual Venom reference. Okay, I am Venom. Okay. Okie dokie then. Yeah, interesting trailer. Very interesting trailer. Much lengthier, a lot lengthier. Yeah, interesting stuff. So I mean, I then do wonder, like, if, I mean, yeah, like, I do wonder then if Venom's gonna, like, he has to have some kind of, I mean, yeah, that did sound like an actual Venom reference, and not just him kind of, because I think otherwise that would just be like a really weird line to say. Like, I think, because the line is "We are Venom" and not "I am Venom," but then for him it's like, he. Like, for him, it's like it's just one identity. Like, Michael Morbius becomes something new. He doesn't really attach to something new. So it's like, for him, I would work. But yeah, it has to be like, I don't know, it's like a, just him paraphrasing or something. So yeah, either way, that's really cool. That is really cool. I can take these off now. Yeah, so I will admit, right, I was not the biggest fan. I mean, I'm not really the biggest fan of the Joker in general. Like, I think Heath Ledger's Joker was like an exception, maybe, like, kind of, at least back then. But I think now it's like I'm not really the biggest fan of the Joker in general. So I didn't really care much, like, for Jared Leto's take on the Joker. I didn't really kind of, have too much kind of attention or feeling towards it. But now with this one, I think him as Michael Morbius, I think, Morbius again isn't really a character I'm too familiar with. So but I think the one thing that is clear, I think the one thing that also kind of felt clear from the get go, even like from pretty much before I saw the first trailer, was like, okay, like he may well be like Venom but a vampire. Like, he may well be the anti-hero version of like an actual vampire and stuff, and he might be like because I think Blade can also be described as an anti-hero, but I think like there is also like I feel like you could probably spot more kind of heroic tendencies in him, maybe, but then with Morbius, it's like, you know, like there might be there might be those kind of similarities in them too. So yeah, like Morbius might literally just be like the vampire version of Venom. So like he bonds with some other kind of substance, with some kind of, you know, like some other kind of life force, and then he becomes something new. But then it's not like really symbiosis or anything. But there's like a beast inside him. But then it's also like somewhat more kind of metaphorical as opposed to literal too. Like there's like a hunger inside him that kind of transforms him and everything. So yeah, so him using the Venom line kind of, you know, is even more ironic that way. But then it also kind of shows his awareness, like somehow he has awareness of Venom and stuff, or maybe it's just like some kind of cheeky line from him that, you know, that they might be like, you know, oh, if you take it as a Venom reference, then fine. But yeah, so yeah, Michael Morbius. So yeah, I think this trailer definitely like for him, like it definitely kind of goes to show just how far the transformation goes. Like he pretty much does kind of become stronger, faster, smarter, and also like a lot hungrier too. Like he actively does kind of change. Like he actively, I think, and it's also like it doesn't necessarily. I think I think to begin with, it kind of it becomes clear that, you know, like his actual vampire face, like, you know, like how you'd have the vampire face in Buffy compared to the human looking face. Thing in this one, to start off with, is actually it is like a sign of his hunger becoming too strong for him to control. So then he has to actually fight to retain his actual like recognizable human face and everything. But then later on, he actually might in controlling his hunger, he might actually like take over, and then that's when the face comes in and stuff. So I think that kind of shifting, like those visuals of him as a vampire are so far like they look really well done. So that's cool. And yeah, so then he's just transforming, and he's also like he's a doctor too, so he is actively kind of fighting to help kids, and then just I think the only patients we really saw were kids, and I think for him that would make sense, because I think he, like, you know, he's had this disease since he was a kid, and he even said, like, you know, I should have died back then, but he's made it this far because he's researched and he's taken whatever treatments have come his way, but then he's come this far, and then he's, you know, taken on more unorthodox kind of research and found stuff that other people wouldn't really try or wouldn't really kind of think to look at. So then he's, you know, willing to test it on him no matter what it takes. So then because of that, you know, I think this like newfound strength and knowledge also kind of gives him the chance to actually try and cure and treat other people and other kids too. So like him being a doctor, he's actually so I think, you know, like him being a doctor, like it could easily be seen as him going into that field to try and cure himself, but then he also does come across other kids just like him who started off just like him too, and he wants to avoid them having to go through the same stuff that he's gone through, so he fights to save them, and he has a partner too, so she's by his side and helping him however she can. So, and she's also not sure what the actress's name is, but she is Anathema Device from Good Omens too. So cool to see her moving up and then coming into a huge kind of like Marvel kind of blockbuster too. So that's really fun. So yeah, I think he did the bat thing. I think they said he went missing for like 2 months. I think I couldn't tell. I think initially I couldn't tell. It sounded like they said too much, but then he's been missing for 2 months. Just wouldn't really make sense of that. So then I thought, oh, maybe it's actually 2 months and stuff. So he's been missing for like a while, and then he comes back and he's stronger, and he's, you know, like harnessing all these new abilities and everything, and he's like studying himself as he does it and stuff. And some of his abilities would look like really kind of like eerie too. Like I think his is for like what looks like flight too, because I can't tell if that's actually him flying or if it's him actually gliding along like bats do, because I think like when you have wings you kind of more like glide on them and stuff, like as bats and birds do. So can't tell if he's actually like in the actual train tunnel, if he's actually gliding along the air and pushing himself forward, or if he's actually flying somehow. But I think like during the fight scenes too, I think it looks like he's either really fast in close quarters or he's teleporting. I think they did actually hint at teleportation in the first teaser. So I think it could be that. I think also like this isn't really meant to be like a traditional kind of vampire kind of this isn't really meant to be like a traditional take or traditional interpretation of vampires. Like this is meant to be vampires but sci-fi, so they're probably gonna like they are very likely to twist certain aspects or even add some stuff in of their own to show that, oh, this is what vampires in the MCU are like. And even Blade himself, he's half vampire, which is why he can actually like he has his own powers, and like he has, I think he has all the strengths of the vampires, but then none of the weaknesses. So then he can still be like he's like known as the Daywalker because of that. So there's that. So then Morbius, yeah, like I think Morbius could also maybe be a daywalker too. I think he's seen kind of wearing like hoods and wearing coverings during the day. So I think maybe he might still have some kind of like deterrence from the light and everything. So there's that. But yeah, no, but I think he but I mean I think he definitely go. I think being a vampire, he probably definitely goes down the anti-hero route of actually taking down criminals and killing bad people. So because of that, but because that's still kind of counted as murder, like the papers call him the vampire murderer. I think there's also like a Daily Bugle in his world. So I think because of that, it could easily be that he like it is a Venom reference because he is in the same universe as Venom. So then like he I don't know what city he's based in, but I think Venom is. Where is Venom? I think isn't Venom in San Francisco? I think San Francisco or Chicago or something, like somewhere. I think it's San Francisco. I'm pretty sure it's San Francisco. Pretty sure, but I think I'm pretty sure it's San Francisco. Now I think New York, but no, I think I know New York is Spider-Man, but I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure San Francisco is Venom's home. So like Morbius could either be there or he could be in Chicago or something. I don't know, but because he's like they have the Daily Bugle, I think the actual newspaper as well. Because I think in the MCU we've seen the Daily Bugle, but it's mainly been like J. Jonah Jameson's actual kind of like video kind of podcasts and stuff being like streamed on Times Square and everything. So with that one, we've seen less papers and more of that actual kind of cameo. But then in Venom we saw the actual newspaper, and now in this one we see the newspaper. So I think like Venom and Morbius could be linked that way too. But then of course we see Vulture, we see Adrian Toomes. I think we got like a quick little glimpse of him in this too, and I think he had like a line being like, me and you should like really keep in touch, Doc. So I think he actually wants to kind of stay connected to Morbius. I think for some reason, I think maybe even if he doesn't know the full extent of what Morbius is, but he knows what he can do and he knows what he's done. Maybe then he's actually interested in actually recruiting him or something, because I think, common theory for No Way Home, the Sinister Six showing up or something, because we've had like the most blatant look at Dr. Octopus returning, and also like like a semi-blatant look at Green Goblin returning, but then we've also had hints at Electro and Sandman too, so then that's already like 4 of them. So then if we get like Vulture in this too, that would be 5, and then maybe if we get Morbius in this, that could be 6. I mean, not like an actual canon, like an actual canon take on the Sinister Six, of course. But I think it could be something that maybe still works. And then maybe if like Venom teams up with the Spideys, I think if Venom teams up with the Spideys, then maybe that could be a thing. Because then I think again, like Morbius and Venom don't really seem like specifically to be like villains or anything. But then I think maybe, I don't know, maybe if like Morbius and Vulture strike some kind of deal, maybe then he gets him on his side or something, I don't know. But then like Venom, then he has to kind of show up in No Way Home after that post credit, so then it's going to be even more packed. And then the Vulture comes in, but then I think that then, so I mean, but then see, I wonder, right? I wonder, maybe it's only different universes in terms of what studio is making the movie, because then Sony exclusively make the Venom and the Morbius movies, but then the Spider-Man one is, I think, like funded, or at least like I think it's at least like co-funded and co-produced perhaps by Sony and Marvel. But then like Marvel, like in terms of actually making the movie, in terms of actually writing and casting and all that kind of stuff, and in terms of actual production, I think like Marvel does like handle the bulk, and then profits and like marketing especially marketing and promotion is especially on Sony's end of the deal. So then because of that, I feel like in terms of actual universes, they could all easily still be in the same universe, like like Venom. Now I'm remembering then like the fact that at the end of Venom 2 that like there was that flash of light before Venom came into the universe. So then I think my mind is just firing off a lot of thoughts right now, actually trying to make sense of like how these could be connected if they are actually going to try and bring them in some way. But then because then I think I really don't think there's any other way to really make it like to properly explain the Spider-Man graffiti and also Vulture's appearance without doing something. I think there's not really much else of a way to describe that. But then at the same time, it's like I really don't want it to be like, oh, they've like it's like you know, it's still like an alternate universe, or maybe he's not, maybe in that one he's not even properly the Vulture, or maybe he's someone else. I think he kind of would have to be the Vulture. So maybe Venom might be the exception. Maybe Venom is the one in the other universe, but then Morbius is still in the MCU, but he's like referentially he's closed off. He's still doing his own thing, and it's not until this movie that like they'll make that they'll make any connections and any crossovers kind of clear and stuff. So referentially and existentially, he's still kind of doing his own solo thing, but then he is still kind of located in like a corner of the MCU doing his own thing. So that's why. And I think he's also up until he becomes this vampire thing, he's not he's also not really like a superhero either. He's seen as a murderer, he's seen as a monster. So then he's not really kind of brought up in that way. So I don't know, maybe I think, because then with Venom, because that post-credit scene, I think that Venom might be the only one who was actually originally in like another universe, but then because of the Doctor Strange stuff, he then comes into this universe and he spots Spider-Man and everything. But Morbius might already be there. Like Morbius definitely might already kind of be there. So yeah, it's a lot to think about. But I think with this one, I can definitely see them pulling off the same thing, wherein it's the post credit for this might be like not even like a multiverse thing, but it might be like Morbius like watching the news or looking at the news or something and actually seeing Spider-Man being unveiled to be Peter Parker on the news, and he actually finds out about that, and then he goes from there or something. So I think with that one, his post credit like might not be some kind of flash of light or some kind of like warping thing or anything. He like, you know, he may well already be in that universe and everything. So yeah, I guess we shall see. But overall, it's a great trailer. Overall, it's a really great trailer, and I'm really kind of and it said finally like a release date too. I'm not too sure if they actually gave us a release date last time, or if they did and they just delayed it. But either way, now we actually have like a more solid, a semi-solid. Like they didn't really say a date. They just said January. This January, so this kind of like it's the start of 2022. So we're starting off the new year with Morbius. So that would be a very, very fun. So wait, that then comes after No Way Home. I just realized that comes after No Way Home. So, okay, so then he might not be in No Way Home. I don't know. If that comes after No Way Home, then I think it wouldn't really make much sense to have him being in, Okay, now I'm confused all over again. Or maybe it's like, I don't know. If this comes out in January and then Spider-Man comes out in December, because I really cannot see them delaying No Way Home any further. I really can't see them delaying No Way Home any further, because with Venom, like especially with the Marvel movies in general, like Venom and Shang-Chi and Eternals. Eternals Eternals has been premiering, but the actual public release is actually coming out soon. So with that one, it's all slated. Shang-Chi and Venom have already all had pretty damn good kind of box office kind of openings and everything, and Eternals is also slated to be the same thing, minus all the BS review stuff that's been happening. So with that one, because of the success of those movies, I really can't see them pushing No Way Home back any further. But then if this is coming out in January, then I don't know. I don't know. Maybe story wise, they might still be able to make it work. Maybe they might not actually. Maybe they might show him, but they might not actually kind of use him. If that makes sense, because they've already got so much going on. Like I think Venom might be the one thing that they're willing to actually push in. Or not pushing, but actually use. I think Morbius, like they might show him actually declining any kind of interest in him. I think because even this one, he was actually walking away from Toombs, as he said. We gotta keep in touch. I think even if they do show him in No Way Home, like they might just show him actually declining any request to actually join the Sinister Six or to actually join their battle or something. Like he might just kind of stay in the shadows or do his own thing and everything, so they might just show him but not use him, so then he can then be saved for his actual solo movie and everything. So I guess that's how it must go down. But that is very interesting. So yeah, I'm not too sure. I am not too sure at all. So yeah, but super duper good trailer. Can't wait to get to January. Just literally 2 more months now. So I mean, people are now already kind of complaining and when waiting for like a second No Way Home trailer, and stuff. So I think, you know, people thought that might come this week, but then it was revealed that Morbius was going to come. So it's like, okay, so then we literally might not get like a No Way Home trailer for at least like another week or two. So then, and it comes out in December, at some point. I need to actually rewatch the first trailer and actually see what the release date on that one was. But I think it's definitely like a December movie. So, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But yeah, Morbius. I think I actually did download a comic from a while back. Like I think like a couple of months ago. I remembered that this movie was going to be a thing, so I thought, okay, I might actually check out like a Morbius comic or two. So I think I actually do have one downloaded, but just need to actually get onto reading and then actually seeing what other comics are like relevant to this movie and stuff. But I do still at the same time want to keep myself from, like exploring too much and then just kind of see how the movie does its own thing and how the movie interprets the character in its own way. So it should be fun. It should be fun regardless. But yeah, that is my official reaction for the official Mobius for the official trailer for Marvel's Mobius. Well, not Marvel's Mobius, but Marvel and Sony's Mobius. So Morbius even, not Mobius. Mobius is from Loki. Morbius, Michael Morbius. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here and for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, then salt and burn that like button. Comment on what you thought the trailer and what you're looking forward to in this movie, and any kind of theories you have on connections and references and what have you. Any thoughts you have, if you think like a No Way Home appearance is going to happen, if you don't think it's going to happen, whatever your thoughts are, leave them in the comments. And yeah, that is it. So I will see you guys next time.